A very good morning. This is Mohammad Hani from second CSCB section. The topic for my presentation is extreme programming in agile development model. So as we move towards the introduction to extreme programming is a software development methodology within the agile framework. It means that it is a type of model in agile development model, and it emphasizes customer satisfaction and it promotes frequent releases to continuous feedback to improve software quality. And what are the key principles of extreme programming? XP is built on values such as communication, simplicity, feedback, and courage. These principles guide teams in making decisions and fostering collaboration. So, we do have some particular principles of extreme programming. So, some of them could be the communication, simplicity, and we have some methodologies like test-driven development, uh, dual programming, frequent releases, simple design. There are some key principles which will address in the further slides. And as I said, there are some core practices of extreme programming. Some of them includes pair programming, test-driven development, and continuous integration. So what do these all core practices help in doing is they write high quality code and facilitate team collaboration. It increases team collaboration. What is customer involvement? So, extreme programming is completely relied on customer satisfaction. So, we should have such type of customers whose involvement is to a who's to a high level. So, whenever a customer is maintaining a good involvement with a team that is building the project, then we could prioritize features to be developed. As he'll always be there, like he'll be checking if it's satisfied or not by him, and this ensures the final product meets user needs and expectations as well. And next thing is iterative development. Extreme programming promotes an iterative and incremental approach to software development. So what is iterative development? Iterative development in the sense the frequent repetitive steps we do follow if the customer doesn't satisfy. Like in a sense, we didn't meet the expectations of customer, then we do the this type of iterative development, and eventually iterative development leads to the incremental development. Next, what is pair programming? Pair programming involves two programmers working together at one workstation. In a sense, um, like for example, if you take two people working on the same code, where one person writes code and the second person immediately studies the code and raises the potential errors, and this leads to the immediate feedback and enhances code quality. The next thing is test-driven development. Test-driven development is a key practice in extreme programming that encourages writing tests before code. This approach ensures that code meets specified requirements and prevents defects early. So, what test-driven development? This is the most important core principle of extreme programming, where you write the tests before the code. Like, what are the potential tests you need to uh, bring them into consideration before you write the code. So this fosters a culture of quality and helps maintain a robust code base. And continuous integration. As I said, this extreme programming is linked to the iterative process. So what is iterated here? That is continuous integration. We always write code and integrate it in a loop manner, in the sense iterative manner. See, this facilitates early detection of defects and reduces integration problems. So before we release the product into the market, so we could actually detect the defects before itself. Like after, if we send the product into the market, if it is encountering some defects, then we cannot say that is productive. So this continuous integration actually informs the defects in the beforehand. And what is refactoring? It is actually restructuring the existing code without changing its external behavior. Like we only change the code, but the external code will not be changed. This is one of the principles that we follow in extreme programming. And simple design. As we said, it should be actually understandable to the customer. So that is why we maintain simple designs, which helps us to modify also very easily. And this allows teams to focus on delivering most crucial first, rather than rendering the services to the customer. If we focus on design, then the customer might not be satisfied with the outcome of the project. So we maintain simple design in this case. And sustainable pace, sustainable work pace for development teams to avoid burnout. So extreme programming maintains a consistent workload. See, when the people who are working on the team for designing a project will be under a consistent workload, this is manageable over the long term. And sustainable pace contributes to higher productivity and improved team morale. Actually, what is higher productivity? So, sustainable development, in the sense, the whatever you do right now, if you are even laid out also, that will be uh, actually continued by the new person. So this actually leads to the productivity and higher in a higher manner. And what is frequent releases? This is also one of the core principle of extreme programming. And what it can be thought of like this is the ability to get the feedback very frequently. If we release the product very frequently into the market, then we'll be getting the user feedback very frequently, which helps us to correct the defects in the project. And ultimately, what is feedback loops? Feedback loops. As I said, as when we release a product into the market very frequently, then we might be encountering the feedback loops. So we'll be getting many feedbacks that need to be corrected in order to increase the productivity rather than destructivity. So, in conclusion, what is the impact of extreme programming in the current world? Extreme programming is, as we discussed, that extreme programming is one of the agile development model. So, this has significantly influenced. It is the advancement to the agile development model. Since we already know that in the current prevailing situations, agile development model is followed in every project. So extreme programming is one of the type of agile development model. We could rather say that it is an advancement of the agile development model. So as already discussed, it enhances the quality and collaboration and customer feedback, which leads to the software development outcomes. And adopting these extreme programming principles can lead to a more dynamic and responsive development environment. That's all for the presentation. Thank you for your patience listening.